Broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Hello, everyone, again. I'm Rachel Kulik. I will be providing the winter weather webinar to you today. We're going to get started in about 2 minutes. If you guys have any questions, feel free to put them in the chat. You might have to pop out the little orange button on the side of your computer and just type your questions in there, and we will make sure we answer them at the end of the webinar. Thank you. All right. Hello, everyone. Again, I'm Rachel Kulik. I will be providing this winter weather webinar to you guys this morning. We are going to go ahead and start. I got the top of the hour, so we'll go ahead. We got a lot to cover today. So if you didn't hear me earlier, if you have questions, go ahead and put them in the chat. I have another coworker here that will be kind of monitoring the chat, and if there's any questions, we'll be able to answer them. You can always raise your hand as well in the little chat kind of box, I guess. I'm not as familiar with the raise your hand, but And I'll also unmute everyone at the end. If you want to chime in and ask questions, you can go ahead and do that as well. So we're going to talk about winter weather that's going to be coming up the next couple days. So a little bit about what's going to be happening. We are looking at a strong spring system that's coming through northern Nebraska mainly. It's going to bring strong winds, snow, some freezing precipitation, and cold temperatures. So a little bit of everything. The temperatures are going to mainly favor snow, but there is a period that there could be some light freezing drizzle and wintry mix. And we will, in the next few slides, we'll actually go over where that's supposed to happen and how much is going to fall. Our wind gusts are also going to be 45 to 55 miles per hour out of the northwest mainly. These strong winds are going to lead to heavy snow and very difficult, perhaps even impossible travel, especially across this northern area in Sheridan County and Cherry County. This will cause even strong winds into Wednesday. So even after the snow ends, there's going to be very difficult travel conditions. A winter weather advisory here is across all the rest of the counties here in the purple. That is mainly everything's going to be through about 4 a.m. on Tuesday. And then that blizzard warning again is across that north. So what has changed? If you didn't check out the morning packet that went out, the highest snowfall totals have shifted just a little bit to that northwest direction. So that's kind of why if you were down here in North Platte and Ogallala, we did have a winter storm watch out for you guys earlier, but we went ahead and canceled that because actually the snow totals have shifted north. So we're not expecting as many impacts across that area. All the headlines remain in place from that were issued this morning. So no changes in the headlines right now. Obviously, that could change with the afternoon packet. So make sure you check that out when we send that out later today. So looking into the kind of the precipitation timeline, we're looking at across that north, across like Gordon, you're actually already receiving some snow. And the snow is just supposed to expected to be spreading north or spreading south and east throughout the next tonight into tomorrow, even into Wednesday morning. And then while precipitation types are mainly going to be snow, there may be that transition across north central Nebraska that actually sees some light freezing drizzle or light freezing rain. In the previous next few slides, we'll show exactly how much. But here you can see in that orange area, kind of Broken Bow, Burwell, maybe even North Platte a little bit, O'Neill. That's kind of the favorable condition or favorable locations to see that freezing drizzle effect. And then obviously to the location to the southeast will have the lowest potential to see any accumulating snowfall. And I've highlighted here, actually, you can see the bulk of the snow is actually going to fall here in the Monday night, Tuesday timeframe. As the snow starts to diminish, that's actually the best time for the strongest winds. So we'll kind of go over that a little bit more in the next couple of slides, but that's something to keep in mind that even though the snow is ending, actually that strong winds will continue to have those winter impacts well into Wednesday night, maybe even Thursday morning. So this is our expected snowfall, expected what we have right now in the forecast. As you can see, the heaviest snowfalls are across this northwest area, Sheridan County, Cherry County, and then there's lesser amounts as you start to get to the south and east. There's going to be a tight gradient here across Cherry County. We're still kind of uncertain exactly where that gradient's going to set up, but there could be a sharp cutoff. So down here in, southeast Cherry County, you might only receive like 2 inches, but over, up here in northwest Cherry County, you could get 8-10 inches. So that's something to just keep in mind as the snowfall starts to unfold. And highlighted in red here, this is the area for the greatest potential for freezing precipitation, that light freezing drizzle, that glaze of ice. we're going to look at the next slide. It's going to actually have where we're actually expected to see that ice of potential. So looking at the ice graphic here, we can see here that this is the area that we're expected to get the ice. I mentioned North Platte. Right now, we're not really forecasting any accumulating ice, but there could definitely be some transition type rain to snow, maybe a little bit of freezing drizzle in there. Even though amounts are going to be less than 500ths of ice accumulation, they're still going to cause some messy conditions on the roads, elevated surfaces, your walkways. So it's enough to cause a little bit of issues for people if they're going to be out traveling on Tuesday. The best timing is going to be mainly for between midnight tonight and noon tomorrow for that ice accumulation. And again, be prepared for slippery conditions, especially if you're in this north central area. So this is looking at kind of when the snow is going to fall, when the ice is going to fall, kind of every 6-hour block. In case you're kind of wondering, when exactly is the snow going to fall? So here we can see Gordon's already getting some snow. As we move into tonight, into tomorrow, tomorrow's actually going to be kind of when the heaviest snow is going to fall. We're looking at about, not overly amount, but as they add up, you're going to look at close to 10 inches of snow. Sorry about that. And then you kind of look at your timeline, what city you're in, kind of when the heaviest snow is going to fall as you go through. So North Platte's only looking at maybe a ½ inch. And again, those locations towards the southeast aren't going to get as much as those locations in the northwest. And then here you can see the ice accumulations. Again, less than 500ths, only a couple hundredths of ice accumulation, mainly across that northwest section. They're looking at the best accumulation potential. And again, it's not a whole lot, but it's enough that will cause some issues on the roads and walkways and make travel a little difficult. All right, so in addition to precipitation, we're also going to have very strong winds along with the storm. We're looking at winds are going to actually kind of shift. They're going to start off in the northeast through tonight, and then they're going to kind of shift to the north by tomorrow morning, and then they're going to shift to the northwest for Tuesday night into Wednesday. And you can see here this outlined area is actually the best chance for the accumulating snow. But actually, as you can see in this graph, that actually the highest winds are actually going to be Tuesday night into Wednesday. So even though the accumulating snow is going to end by Tuesday evening, we're actually looking at those winds, very strong winds, well into Wednesday evening, which will lead to prolonged winter weather hazards, reduced visibilities, blowing and drifting snow. And the winds finally diminish Wednesday evening, quickly dropping off to 20 miles per hour by mid-evening. And if that's not enough, we're also looking at a surge of cold air behind the system that's moving in. Our temperatures are going to fall pretty rapidly. High temperatures tomorrow are only going to be about 20 to 30 degrees. And then we're looking at wind chills dropping off tomorrow night. Most locations will see negative single digits across the region. And then wind chills, they remain pretty cold. Some locations don't get out of the negative or the positive single digits. And then again, mainly across the northwest, you could get the wind chills that are down to -5 degrees. Again on Wednesday morning into Thursday. So in a combination with that, the cold temperatures and the winds, the wind chills are going to be an issue. And even though they're not wind chill criteria, definitely people that are, with livestock right now, people that are outside, if you get stranded in your car when if you're trying to drive on the roads, these wind chills are definitely going to cause some issues. So just some impacts with this system. A lot of impacts are expected. Travel will become difficult tonight, and then travel will be near impossible for Sheridan and Cherry counties. Again, we have that blizzard warning out, and that's normally, visibility is down to a quarter mile and 35-mile-per-hour winds. They're going to cause really low visibilities, which will make travel near impossible. We got those cold wind chills. They could be life-threatening to anyone that's stranded outside. Our strong wind gusts are going to cause that blowing and drifting snow well into Tuesday and Wednesday, which is past when the wind or the snow actually stops. So we have potential for whiteout conditions well into Wednesday, which is past when that snow is stopped. Heavy snow rates, we are expecting, snowfall rates of about 1 to 2 inches. These enhanced snow rates may cause rapid accumulation on snow, which may make it hard for road crews to keep up with the snow accumulations. And there is the potential for some power outages. The strong winds combined with heavy snow rates and snowfall amounts could cause some power outages and also tree damage. So just be prepared if you lose power. So just some wrap-up information. Precipitation arrives today. It's already snowing across like Gordon area, northern Sheridan County. And then it's going to spread north and east throughout Tuesday and into Wednesday. Light icing is possible across that north central area, but the main precipitation type will be snow. A combination of that snowfall and strong winds will make for very hazardous travel conditions to near impossible. And then precipitation ends Tuesday night, but those strong winds will continue into Wednesday night, which will prolong that blowing and drifting snow potential. So I'm going to go ahead and open it up for questions. Okay, hold on one second. I think I unmuted everybody. I think if you go ahead and unmute yourself, you can ask a question. Let me answer the question about Mullen. Where was it? North of Mullen? How many miles north of Mullen do you anticipate the cut line for heavy snow? Let me go back to the stuff. So I would say, that's kind of right in that gradient area where definitely Mullen right now we got about 2 to 3 inches is what we're forecasting. I'd say, 20 to 30 miles north of there, you could get, 4 to 6 inches. It's kind of hard to tell exactly how many miles.
Next question. Are we confident on the current track of the storm? Is there the possibility it could shift southeast, bringing higher amounts to Brown County?
Yes. Okay, wait. Can you repeat the question? Sorry. I was trying to find the question. But
are we confident on the current track of the storm? Is there a probability it could shift further southeast, bringing higher amounts to Brown County?
Okay. So are we confident on the track of the system? Yes, we're pretty confident. The latest models actually have been shifting it actually more to that northwest direction. So we're kind of confident that the heaviest snow is actually going to be across that northwest. I think we're pretty confident that Brown County is going to see that, 1 to 2 inches. We're not expecting, if anything, I would expect that maybe that amount might actually decrease a little bit. But we're definitely, especially if you get some of that icing potential as well, that will kind of limit the snow amount.
What time will the next package be issued?
That will be this afternoon. It will probably be closer to like 3:30, 4 o'clock. we're going to issue it this afternoon.
The last question was likelihood of the storm shift east more to central Nebraska. That's already been answered.
Yes. Does anyone in the audience have any questions they want to unmute themselves for to ask a question? Oh, wait, hold on. Wait, I didn't unmute anybody. Hold on. Technology sometimes. All right, I think I unmuted everybody now.
Everyone's still short.
Oh, well, I'm sorry if I didn't unmute somebody. If you have a question, you go ahead and you can go ahead and email us. Let me go back to that last page. And we have an email here. You can go ahead and email us. You can always give us a call as well. There's always somebody here 24/7. And we'll be happy to answer any of your questions.
And just ask a question: is Lincoln County still in a watch, or will that be changed at some point?
We are no longer in a watch, and we're not in any advisory. We're not in any headlines right now. That
Specify that was Lincoln County.
Lincoln County. So yeah, Lincoln County is no longer in a watch. We have the snow totals are moving more northwest, so we canceled the watch, and no advisory or anything's out for Lincoln County right now. And I did send these slides out to everyone, I think. So if there was something that I went over way too fast, you can go back and look at it a little bit closer. And then that next packet will come out probably around the 4 o'clock time frame. And we are not planning another webinar at this time. But feel free to go ahead and email us or send us a quick phone call if you have any questions that we need to answer for you.
No further questions.
All right. I don't see any further questions. So we're going to go ahead and end the webinar. And yeah, make sure you, if you have any questions, like you think of a question in a couple hours, you can go ahead and email us. All right. Thank you.